Hey, how's it going? This is Joe with Joe and Tell, and today I want to make a quick gift guide for the fellow enthusiast in your life. Sometimes it's tough to buy stuff for audiophiles because they have something specific in mind that they want, and it's really tough to guess what they would want. But here are some things that I think that almost any audio enthusiast would appreciate. The first are these cables from Mica, and I've reviewed these before. These are some 14 gauge cables with banana plugs on the ends, and you can always use wires. So even if their main system has some really expensive cables, I'm sure that they have a pair of speakers in their garage or somewhere where they're using some cheap cables without banana cables, so this might be something that they can use. Next up is the Dayton Audio MK402 BT, and I've also reviewed these speakers before. These are some awesome little speakers. When I reviewed them, I thought that they were okay. I mean, I thought they were good, but now that I've been using them more and more, I have a newfound appreciation for them. I think they're even better than I thought. The woofer on them has some bass that is pretty amazing for a speaker this size, and the treble, which was a problem for me before, actually, I really like those speakers. I feel like anybody can figure out a place to use these, whether it be on their desk, in their den, in the garage, anywhere. I think there's some awesome little speakers. The good thing about these is they're powered, so you don't need to buy anything else. You can actually just plug them directly into a tablet, a phone, anything with a headphone jack, something like that. So next up on the list is the Dayton Audio MK402, and these are the non-powered versions. So these are non-Bluetooth and they're non-powered, which means that you have to buy an amplifier for it. The good thing about that is you have the option of making it modular, meaning that you can switch out the speakers later on, you can change out the amplifier, things like that. These are also very inexpensive. I think right now, as of this video, they're $59 for a pair. You can't really beat that. Next up on this list is the Knob Sound Mini Amp, and this thing sells for about 30 bucks. You can plug it in directly to your computer and it works as a sound card. I wouldn't say a DAC necessarily, but a sound card. So if you have a computer where the sound card isn't working, maybe a messed up headphone jack, you can plug in this thing, add some speakers like the MK402s, and you have a sound system. It's an amplifier. It's pretty crazy for 30 bucks. It's amazing what it can do. And it has a giant knob on top, which is kind of good if you want to change the volume. So next up on the list is an upgrade from something like those MK402s, and they are the speakers from Pioneer that I've reviewed as well. They're the SP-BS22 LRs by Andrew Jones, and I think these are some awesome speakers. They're under 100 bucks most of the time, and you know, sometimes they go on sale for even less. They're awesome speakers, what can I say? They sound really, really good, and they sound way better than a pair of $100 speakers should sound. So if you want to upgrade your amplifier from that knob sound I recommended, you might want to take a look at something like the Mica AD250. And so this amplifier I've also reviewed is really well built, really nice volume control on it, and it has different options for inputs. I think it has analog, it has digital optical, it actually works as a sound card as well, so you can plug it in via USB, and it has a subwoofer output. So a lot more features in that package compared to a less expensive amplifier. And it has a huge power brick, so I know they're saying that it's 50 watts channel, something like that, and I know for a fact that it's definitely putting out that amount of power. They may be underrating it compared to how others rate their amplifiers. If you want to take a look at a less expensive amp, you can actually look at the Mica A250, which is almost exactly the same. It has a subwoofer output, it has a 50 watts per channel, but it does not have the optical input, and it doesn't have USB input, and doesn't operate as a DAC like the other one does. So it just depends on whether you need those or not. If you want an even less expensive alternative that's still really high quality, I still recommend the SMSL SA50. It's a 50 watt per channel amplifier. I have one and I still really like it. Build quality is really good on it. And it's just basic analog input and 50 watts per channel. Solid. What else can you add to that? I've also reviewed the FX Audio Tube 01 and the Tube 03, and I like both of them. The main difference between them is just that the Tube 01 does not have the tone controls that the Tube 03 has. So the Tube 03 has the options for bass and treble, which is handy. Let's say, for example, if you were to connect this with those MK402s that are a little bit bright on the treble, you can just go ahead and turn it down. That's something you cannot do on the Tube 01, so it really depends on whether you have speakers that you don't really want to change the sound of, then the Tube 01 is fine. It adds that warmth, it rounds out the sound, and that's what tubes are supposed to do. And for the price, you can't really beat it. Next up on the list is the Little Bear T7. So this is very similar to those two buffers that I just talked about, except this one actually acts as a preamp, which you can connect to a turntable. So a lot of times you'll buy a turntable nowadays and you're gonna need a preamp to boost that signal to a point where it can be amplified. And so that's what this does, and it does it using tubes, which warms up the sound, rounds it out, and overall there's a lot going on. The cool thing about this Little Bear T7 is you can use it as a preamp for your turntable, but it also has an input if you want to use it with your phone, so you can switch between the two. Kind of cool. Next up on this list are the GE JAN 5654Ws, and these are the tubes that I would recommend for the past three products that I just recommended. The Tube 01, the Tube 03, and the Little Bear T7. They come with different tubes. I would recommend get the GE ones. That's it. Bottom line, get the GE ones. You'll thank me later. Next up on the list is the Echo Dot. So right now the Echo Dots are from anywhere from $20 to $40, and it's a great way to make your system a smart system just by adding the Echo Dot. And the cool thing about the Echo Dot is that it has a 3.5 millimeter output, which you can connect to any of the amplifiers that I talked about. Some of these two buffers, you can connect those up. So it's a cool little way to get a smart system that's gonna sound better than pretty much everything else that you can buy right now. Next up on the list is a Talent SMH580 headphones that I've previously reviewed. These are very inexpensive. I think they're somewhere under 30 bucks right now. I mean, you can't beat it. These are some awesome headphones. I don't care if the person has a ton of headphones and they're a headphone person, send them these and they're just gonna enjoy them. For the price, they're just hilariously good. And that's what I like about some of these budget products. They're hilariously good. They have no right sounding as good as they actually do. So the Talent SMH 580s, check those out. So if you want something a little bit better and you're willing to spend a little bit more and still under $100 are the Audiotechnica M40Xs. I know a lot of people out there recommend the M50s, M50Xs. I have the M50Xs and I would recommend the M40Xs. I think they just sound flatter, they're lighter, just overall a better value, and you can save yourself money. Anybody would like those headphones. Unless you already have them, even if you have 10 headphones, you still wouldn't mind those headphones. They're pretty awesome. And last on this list is not for audio listening, it's for audio recording, for producing videos. If you care about sound quality in general, then that means that you should care about how the sound is for your videos. And that's why I would recommend the Deity V-Mic D3. I've previously reviewed the D3 Pro and the S-Mic 2. This is another new mic from Deity, and it's the D3, not the Pro version, and it comes in at 99 bucks. That's crazy. It still has the auto sensing capabilities of the D3 Pro, and I believe it's using the same capsule, so it's gonna sound the same. The only thing it doesn't have is it doesn't have the rechargeable battery that the Pro has, and it also doesn't have the adjustable volume and the low pass filters. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. So for 99 bucks, I don't know how you could get anything better. So that's an awesome mic. And that's basically it. That's a quick holiday gift guide for somebody who's into audio, who cares about audio, and hopefully it's useful. I'm gonna leave a link to all of these products down below. If you're interested in any of these, feel free to ask me any questions in the comments and I'll do my best to answer any of your questions. These are affiliate links, so I get a little cut. So I'd appreciate it. Helps me out, helps out the channel. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe. If you want to listen to my podcast, it's at patreon.com/JoeAndTell. Link right here. That's it. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye.